Good morning, lovers. Happy Monday. I hope everyone had a nice weekend. The weather here in Texas was beautiful. Actually, Saturday was a little iffy, but where we went to the pumpkin farm, the weather was actually pretty decent over there. So we enjoyed ourselves. I took my nephew there. And then Sunday was just gorgeous. I didn't expect it to be so beautiful, but we ran a bunch of errands, just did our grocery shopping, and then later in the day watched some football, go Giants, and that was it. It was a nice weekend. My husband and I went out on a date. We took my nephew out to eat Friday night as well. I don't usually take him out to eat just because I don't know how he's going to behave, and we did once and he was a little out of control, so I was afraid. You know, I don't want to be one of those people who have a kid out that's like causing this scene in a restaurant. And he's not mine, so like I don't necessarily know the tricks to calm him down or get him to behave. It's awkward. So anyway, we took him out and we're like, well, we can't always just stay in just because we have him. And he was so well behaved. He did such a great job. So so as you know, I said that I was going, well, first of all, as you know, I haven't been weighing in, or maybe you don't know. I haven't been weighing in for the last 2 weeks. And the reason is because the day that I went into P3 of this round 3, let me get my seatbelt on. The day I went into that round is the same day that I also started taking the birth control pill for my upcoming IVF cycle. And so I was doing my daily weigh-ins every day to make sure I didn't go 2 pounds above LDW. And I guess because of the birth control pill and the hormones and stuff and some other stuff I was taking, every day I got on the scale, the number would start rising. And so within a week, I was almost 5 pounds. It was like 4 something above LDW, and it was stressing me out. I wasn't doing anything wrong. I was following protocol. I was eating by hunger scale. I was eating the right foods, and it just was getting out of control. And it was actually stressing me out. So I stopped weighing in because I thought, like, why would I want to cause myself that stress if I'm not doing anything wrong? And so, you know, I checked in with Robin Woodall, and she said, trust your body. And so for the first time in 3 rounds of doing HCG since January of this year, I gave up the scale. And that was a little uncomfortable for me. I was not one of those people who were okay with not weighing in, but I had to learn to be because it was messing with my mind too much. So I gave it up, and I have not weighed in 2 weeks. And the first few days made me a little uneasy. I was tempted. It's almost like quitting smoking or going on a diet and wanting to cheat. It's like the first few days sometimes are the hardest. So I did want to get on the scale, you know, initially, but I never cheated. I never did get on it. And sorry, I'm leaning in because I have to fix the strap of my shoe. It's too tight. Okay, so, ouch. So, hey, baby. So I let it go. I didn't cheat, and so I weighed in today for the first time. And I'm not going to lie, I was a little nervous. Even yesterday, I started having anxiety knowing that I was going to weigh in today. And then you would think that I would be on my best behavior because knowing I had to weigh in today for the first time in 2 weeks. But no, Hubs and I went out to eat, and I actually don't start I'm not done with P3 till tomorrow, officially. But I wanted to weigh in today to see where I stood. And yesterday we went out to eat, and I ate foods that I should, like, that, you know, were not P3 friendly. Only a couple things. I had shrimp with, I'm sorry, this is food porn for some of you. I had these little shrimp things that had cream cheese, jalapeno, and bacon. So it's like almost like your typical jalapeno, cream cheese, and bacon, but it had shrimp in it too, which those were delicious, totally on plan. That's fine. And then also I had 2 meatballs. I went to this place called the Savor Tasting Room. So it's almost like a tapas place where you get these small plates and you get a little bit of everything. So if it sounds like I ate a lot of food, I really didn't. I mean, I kind of did. I was probably more stuffed when I left there than I have been in a very, very, very long time. So I did go beyond my hunger scale there, I'm not going to lie. But I was so into tasting everything that, you know, all logic went to the wayside. So I had the meatballs, which were gluten-free. There was no breading in them. The sauce probably had a little sugar in it, I'm sure. But I didn't really eat much of the sauce. I just was more into the meatballs that were delicious. And then I had a couple bites of the shrimp jalapeno cream cheese bacon things, out of this world. And then I had a couple bites of just the pork and cheese off of these pork cheese nacho things that we got. I didn't eat the chips. And the one thing that I did eat that that was not P3 friendly were these tuna little things on wonton crisps that were gluten-free wonton crisps, but they weren't necessarily, obviously they had flour, they weren't starch free. So, but I only ate 2 of those. So my guess, and then I also ate a few green olives yesterday. So my guess is that where I weighed in today was I probably had a gain since yesterday, but I won't know because I don't weigh in, if you're following me. So I'm guessing that I would have been, had I weighed in a day before, I would have been like a little lighter, just from not eating those foods and the salt and all that stuff. So anyway, long story short, wow, that was long-winded, huh? Long story short, when I last weighed in, like I said, I was almost 5 pounds above LDW. And today, I was only about 2 pounds above LDW. So, I have lost over 2 pounds in the last 2 weeks. Isn't that great news? I am so excited. So, my guess is that I pretty much stabilized. You know, because I dropped, and I don't know when I dropped, but if I'm within 2 pounds of LDW, then I feel comfortable with that. Even though I don't really know what happened on the scale the last 2 weeks, I'm not going to concern myself with that. I can't, because I don't have the data to do it, A. And B, the reason I stopped doing it was so that mentally I didn't have to deal with that. I have enough going on, you know, with the upcoming IVF cycle and the move at work and the review. I mean, I had so much going on that I just did not need the stress of the scale. So just wanted to say I agree with Lynn. Did a vlog this weekend that I saw, and she was talking about, you know, you can stabilize beautifully in P3 if you go by hunger scale and you follow the protocol, and I agree wholeheartedly. And I also agree with her that if you truly follow the hunger scale, most of us will be amazed at how few calories we need. I don't log my calories because I'm doing the hunger scale, so there is no need. And I trust the hunger scale, but I did log them in the beginning because I was a little nervous and I didn't trust in the beginning. I was worried that I wasn't getting enough calories, and so I checked with Robin Woodall. But when I was logging them, I was only getting in about 800 calories a day, 800 to 1,000, which is pretty much what Lynn is getting in. So, you know, for those of you who are logging calories and trying to eat X amount of calories a day, I think that unless you're truly hungry, you're doing yourself a disservice. And that if you really were to follow the hunger scale, you would probably continue to lose some weight in P3. And Robin said, don't worry if you go 2 pounds below LDW. Just honor the hunger scale. Don't worry about that because you will stabilize. And I have stabilized in previous rounds. I've gone as low as 5 to 6 pounds below LDW. And I have not, the only issues I've ever had was this round in this P3 when I started birth control pills, so it was totally hormonal. And even so, I'm still 2 pounds above LDW. So I just wanted to be, I wanted to share that information to help anybody that's listening and watching. If you don't know who Robin Woodall is, I highly suggest you go watch some of her vlogs and read her book. It's Weight Loss Apocalypse. She is on YouTube, and you probably have heard her name thrown around multiple times by many of us vloggers. So, and Lynn CC01, yes, it's Kate Corica. And if you are watching, we would love for you to join us. I don't know if you're all into doing Facebook or not, but we have our Facebook community that there's quite a few people in, and there's a lot of, you know, stuff going on. And I think that you're such a great information sharer that we would love to have you on there if possible. I mean, obviously we don't want to give you something else to keep up with, and you're really good at what you do with your vlogs, and I love your editing on your Mac. I mean, I can't believe how far you've come already with that, and you're probably still in the learning phase, so pretty cool. But anyway, if you want to be part of that community, if you have the time, don't feel obligated, but we would love to see you on there. Come friend me. It's HCG Cult Kim, or send me your email address, and I'll send you a thing. So, all right, guys, this vlog is very long. I haven't talked to you guys all weekend, so I guess it got really long, but I had all this good news to share, so I wanted to share it. I hope you have a beautiful Monday, a beautiful week. Oh, where did I see this on Facebook? It says, make it a ridiculously amazing day. So you do that, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.